We're almost there, you two. I think I see Snow Point coming up now. Hello, Inigo. I hope your visions are true. And nothing more than just that. Visions. I know you're attached, Jessica, but... wolves. Come on, you two. Bandits. Were they in your vision, Inigo? Yo! Yeah, watch that one. Yeah. Good job, Miko. My eyes were deceiving me. He had an orcish greatsword.
We are getting close to the source of my mind problem.
Well, that's good. No time to see what they had. Let's follow Inigo. Inigo.
Okay, this is Snow Point Beacon. Next, we need to find the wooden posts I saw. They must be close.
So you saw the wooden posts after Snow Point, not in correlation. Alright, any clues?
In my vision, the posts were worn and weather-beaten. According to my nose, all the wood here seems to have been cut fairly recently. I can also smell stone, and ice, and you, and... Wait, I can smell old timber. This way, my friend.
How can your nose pick out specific timber?
They seem nearly as glamorous as the stories make it out to be.
They never are. They never listen to those stories, Lucian. How did you pick that out?
The source of my mind vibrations is east of here. I am sure of it. The cabin must be nearby. These are the posts from my vision. Come on, let's follow them.
Alright. Any new flashes? You did say your head hurt a moment ago.
No, but we are on the right path. I am glad you are by my side. Let us push on.
Let's. Lucian, be ready for anything. I guess we just follow the post. Even though we just came from that way from Windhelm. How did we miss them? I'll never know. Or how you missed them specifically, Inigo. We'll never know, but... Watch your footing here. I don't like it.
Mind vibrations. The source is at the top of these steps. I can feel it.
Whoa, hurry. I could use whirlwind sprints, but that'll just propel me forward, not them. Hold your mind together, Inigo. I'm sure we'll be there soon. Speaking of... If you're ready, my friend, let's see what this cabin has to offer. Be on guard.
Thank the gods. I am not crazy. There it is. The cabin I saw. My friend, I bet you 100 septims the door is locked tight.
I won't take that
I have
bet.
a solution, though.
You have a solution. Alright, it's your mind, your problems, your plan.
During one of my painful episodes, I said, it is under the rug. Remember?
I do remember
Give
that.
me a moment.
Alright, do whatever you have to.
Yes, here it is, a key. Back home, my mother used to keep a spare in the same place. Why don't you do the honors? My hands are uncharacteristically shaky for some reason.
Alright then. I'll take the lead. Me and Lucia are ready if you are, Inigo.
Okay, let us see what is inside.
Let's. If anything happens, just know, no matter what happened to our past, I'm glad you're my friend. I am. Sky, guard us.
Is that a picture of me? What is this place? Let us look around.
It's more than just a single picture of you, Inigo. Up at Skyrim. Don't like any of this. I really don't like this. And I get the feeling that he is the solution to your problems. Before we wake him. Mr. Shagarath. Leave history of the Empire, short history of Morrowind. There's a book for you, Lucian. Your book of riddles. Ode to the Tundra Striders. Why do I feel like I know this one? Maybe later. Is this what your room back at one of your colleges in the Imperial City looked like, Lucian? He must be one heavy sleeper. How did he get an ancient helm of my people? More importantly, how long has he been living here? Alright. I know that look in both your eyes. I'll just go and wake him. Of course, let me do it. Then again, I can't just shout him apart if I have to. It's warm in here, though. Hey, you! Wake up!
Oh my. You're here. I was beginning to lose hope.
You were expecting us. Yes, it is I, the Dragonborn. Now, what seems to be the problem that you're causing, my friend?
What? Dragon Bum?
Bum.
No, not you, you bloody barbarian. Him! Get out of the way!
I think he's talking about you, Inigo.
Inigo? Is it really you? Or am I dreaming?
That is my name.
Lucian, be
and
ready.
let me tell you this. If you insult my friend again, I will be forced to harm you. Do we have an understanding?
My
What he
apologies.
said.
I am often too terse for my own good. I mean nothing by it, I assure you.
Okay. My friend here is the legendary Dragonborn. He deserves your respect.
And
I
Inigo
see.
deserves
Well, I'm
yours
sure
as
you make
well.
quite the team, Inigo, but it's you who I've been seeking all these years. I'm so glad you're still alive.
Who are you?
You've been searching
Why
for
have you
Inigo?
been seeking me?
My name is Langley. Langley Longseer to some.
Longseer.
Dear boy, I have much to tell you. How did you find me?
It was a
I
team
started to get
effort.
brief, painful visions a while ago. They showed me flashes of this place. And you. I also felt a nasty tugging sensation.
Ha! The spell works. Not quite as
Spell?
it was intended, but it got you here in the end. I was about ready to string that conjuration mage up by his toes.
Conjure.
You summoned me?
What were you
I
planning?
have to tell you, your spell needs work.
I've been trying to locate you for quite some time. I even traveled to Riverhold. I
You-
found your parents shortly after they died, gods rest their souls. Oh dear, you do know about that, don't you?
They were killed protecting a trading caravan.
What
I
do you
heard.
know?
You were there?
Yes. I am so sorry for your loss. For all your losses. In a way, I've been traveling with you. Just a step behind.
Did my mother and father die well?
They met their end with dignity. I was the one who found them, and I made sure they had a fine burial. They died holding hands.
Why were you there? Were you looking for me even then?
I had
feel
hoped
like he
they could
was,
lead me to
Inigo.
you. I continued to track you for years. Then the trail went cold after I found your brother.
You found Fergus? How? Have you always been hiding in my past, haunting every step I take? Why? I do not know you. What do you want from me?
And you better start
I've come
giving
to
us
know you
answers.
very well. I am your friend, Inigo. Perhaps the greatest friend you have. We are destined to work together.
You're a
I
madman.
already have the only friend I need.
You don't
Don't forget
understand.
Lucian's also here.
There's a great evil coming. I don't know when exactly, but it is close. I've seen it in my dreams.
There's already
You
been
are
a
there
great
too.
evil here.
You are the champion destined to destroy the Doomstrider.
What are you talking about? The Doomstrider?
Yes, the very avatar of destruction and death. The demon that has plagued my dreams for decades.
Avatar of
I
destruction
need to sit
and
down.
death.
Take a seat, rest, and I'll tell you all I know. I've been keeping a note of everything.
I am sorry, my friend. I need a moment. My legs are a little wobbly all of a sudden.
Take your
Go
moments,
sit
Inigo.
down. It is a lot to take in, I know. Make no mistake, Inigo. You are safe here.
I doubt that.
You both are. Inigo
Wow,
and
just
I
forgetting
have much to
Lucian.
discuss. I don't wish to be rude, but perhaps it's best if you leave us to it for a bit. In fact, if you could do something for me, I'd be most grateful.
You're a madman if you think I'm leaving Inigo alone with you. I don't mean to be rude, but your story of a doom strider, the avatar of death and destruction while Alduin is out there. Now, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I know Alduin is behind the return of the dragons. I'd rather stay with Inigo and maybe eat some of your roasted goat while I'm at it.
Inigo may trust you, but I don't know you at all, and I'd rather speak to him alone for a bit. Much of what I have to say is personal. If you're half the friend he thinks you are, I'm sure you understand. I'm not asking you to go very far, I just need you to get something for me.
What do you need, Longseer?
Eggs.
Eggs. Eggs?
Eggs! You know, birds lay them. Snow thrush eggs, to be precise. 6 should do the trick. They often boost my visions, allowing me to see further into the future. If Inigo is here, then maybe the Doomstrider is finally preparing to strike. We must be ready.
There you go, again with the Doomstrider. What is the Doomstrider even?
I don't know. Maybe in
You
time
don't know.
we'll find out together. Go on, go and get those eggs and let Inigo and I talk a while.
And you don't even know what the Dragonbone is, and yet you have books upon books of lore throughout Tamriel's history. I must say, I didn't appreciate your rudeness either.
I don't appreciate your inability to pay attention. I already apologized for my initial greeting. It is not my fault you weren't listening.
Oh, I was listening. I was. Your tone, it carries more hostility than your words, and that is what irks me. If you catch my tone.
No, I can see that. As I said earlier, I meant no offense.
Good.
I have a fiery temperament I can't always control. Anyway, we're wasting time. I need to talk to Inigo, and you, if you would be so kind, need to find those eggs.
Very well. I'll go get your eggs. Where do I find them?
There are at least 8 nests outside my home. You shouldn't need to go very far. I hope you don't mind heights. They are usually rather elevated.
Of course.
Come back to me when you have 6 eggs. No fewer. Find 8, and I'll give you something precious for your trouble.
Fine. I'll go get your axe. But do you have any water by chance? It was a long ride here, and we're awfully thirsty. Thank you. I'll go get your axe.
Search up high, and try not to fall off anything.
Search up high and try not to fall anything. Lucian, you just about witnessed something that I haven't done in quite a long time. Go get eggs, dragon bum. I'm the Dovahkiin! The only one able to slay dragons permanently. I still feel them inside me, you know. Siliconia, Murmurmia. Their age, their knowledge, everything about them, their very souls are in me, and you call me a bum. Hearken to yourself, Eric. Hearken to yourself. Lower your voice. Wonder how you would have handled the situation, Talos. Probably the exact same ways I'm handling it. Now there's a college for you in the distance, Lucian. Winterhold. I get the feeling that one day our travels will bring us there. Let's get these darn eggs and get back in there before he tries to brainwash Inigo or something. Oh, I'm going... If this is all but a fluke, I'm going to enjoy raising my voice even more at him. How am I even supposed to get that one there? There. Dragon bum my rear. Lucian. Don't go... There you are. I'm calling it now. This prize for actually collecting all 8 eggs is just going to be a little... Oh, you actually got them. Thank you, now I can make my omelet.
How can I help you?
About trying to calm my mind for one thing.
Ask away.
Since we're on the topic of getting personal, is there anywhere in particular you like to see?
Now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Somewhere here in Skyrim, there's a Dwemer ruin called Doomsbathar. I came across a text referring to it in my last few months at the Arcane University. Dwemerus is a fiddly language. Often the same words can have multiple meanings, but I'm fairly sure it translates loosely to bound ghosts.
Bound
It
ghosts.
piqued my curiosity. The use of soul gems in Dwemer automatons is well documented, but no one really knows much about their purpose or function. I thought perhaps this place of bound ghosts might be something to do with that, so I did some more research, but I just can't find the location. My father's looking into it for me while I'm here on my expedition. If he finds anything, he's going to let me know.
Alright then. That's good to know.
Let's get back to it.
I'm sure they're done talking by now. Dragon bum. I'm glad you stayed in here, Miko. At least one of us was able to keep an eye on you. Langley! I have your eggs. And do you need me to pull that chair out for you?
Well done, you got the eggs. Very good.
Here, I got all 8. That's my prize.
Your prize? Oh, yes. Here you go. Take my thanks and my gratitude. Very precious commodities indeed.
You're a real piece of work, you know. Here.
What? I didn't need eggs. I just needed you out of the house for a bit so we could talk. Keep them. Turn them into an omelette for all I care. Anyway, Inigo and I have had a bit of a chat, and he's persuaded me that you can be trusted. It seems we three are in this together.
4.
I've given him my notes, and I'm sure he'll let you read through everything. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them.
Good.
Maybe you should talk to Inigo first, though.
I will. Talk to Inigo. Are you alright, my friend?
Good job getting those eggs, my friend. This Langley fellow may be a bit rude and gruff, but he's on our side.
I doubt
He gave
that.
me these. He found my father's journal. Can you believe it? He also gave me 2 books he's written about his search for me. They contain a lot of information about how important I am. They are very good books, but also sad.
I'll be sure to give
Apparently,
them
I
a
have my own
read.
prophecy. If you want to hear more about it, I'll tell you what I know. Langley says we are going to save the world. That is, of course, unless you think we have something better to do.
I'm just worried about how your head feels now.
It is still a little tender. Oh, that reminds me. You should ask Langley about the summon spell that has been causing my mind vibrations. He has a spare copy. Maybe he will let you give it a go. My mind is not keen on the idea, but I think a spell like that could be useful, my friend.
I'm not... You know me and magic, Inigo. Restoration is about all I'm good at. I'll speak to Langley about it. Now this prophecy. I have one as Dragonborn, but what's yours about?
I will tell you what I know.
What is this prophecy exactly?
Okay, the Inigo prophecy. Somewhere out there in the world, there is a very nasty being gathering its strength. If left unchecked, it will grow until its evil influence burns away all that is good in this world. It has appeared in Langley's dreams for many years.
And only Langley, I imagine.
Often as a gigantic figure striding through the land, leaving nothing but pain, anguish, and death in its wake. He calls it the Doomstrider. In the same dream, he sometimes sees a handsome blue Khajiit defeat the menace with his help. He calls this fellow the Champion.
Champion.
That is me, my friend.
Of course.
Much of Langley's prophecy is hazy, and he says that sometimes his dreams show more than one possible outcome. But now he and I have finally met, he believes we stand a good chance of preventing much suffering.
There's always a possibility that these dreams could just be the manifestation of Ermina. The Daedra of nightmares. Especially if Langley's the only one having these dreams. If more than one individual had them, then there'd be more credit to them. One man who's fixated on you. We have to be cautious about that, Inigo. I want to know some details about the information Langley shared with you.
What details can I help you with?
What can you tell me about the Doomstrider? Or what did he share with you about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. Langley is the man to ask about that. All I know is that I am destined to fight whatever or whoever it is. I hope you will be at my side when the time comes, my friend.
And I will.
Of course, I will do my best to keep this from interfering with my debt to you.
Inigo, consider your debt to me paid in full. I'm with you all the way. You know that.
It warms my heart to hear you say that, my friend. With your help, I know I can finally put some good back into this world.
We both can. Tell me about these books that Langley wrote. What exactly were the details in them?
They are called In Search of a Champion and Da Vinci's Journal.
Your father's.
My father wrote the journal, and Langley wrote In Search of a Champion. Langley's books contain the story of his search for me, and a few tales about Fergus and I. The journal is my father's personal account of our upbringing. In my opinion, the books are informative and quite moving.
More moving than your own father's journal. I still had my father's. Anyway, what have you learned about your past now that you met Langley?
Like all Khajiit, my physical characteristics were probably determined by the moons at my birth. I
Naturally.
seem to be the product of a very rare celestial alignment that only occurs briefly, every few hundred years or so.
Well, you're
In the
unique.
backward village where I was born, a blue child was seen as a bad moon omen. I would have been sacrificed if my birth mother had not smuggled Fergus and I away.
Was Fergus in danger too?
We were not identical, but we were twins. Perhaps his life was forfeit by association. Whatever the case,
They say
I
we
like
goats
to
are
think that my
barbaric.
birth mother could not bear the idea of separating us.
If he was your twin, why wasn't he blue?
I can only guess that there was enough time between our births for the moons to shift. Langley thinks the alignment that produced me may only last for a few moments. I am incredibly unique, my friend.
You are. More ways than one. Let's talk about something else.
What would you like to know?
Now that you got a chance to speak to him, what do you know about him? What read do you get about Langley?
He is interesting.
You can certainly say that. But his visions, Inigo, did he tell you how they work?
Langley has dreams that often come true. He usually foresees the beginning, the middle, or the end of a future event, but never all three. So he may know that a man at the market will get into a fight, but he won't know why. Or he will see a dead man at the market, but not know how he died. To make matters worse, he sometimes sees two or more possible endings. Until we met,
Multiple
he
endings.
couldn't be sure that we ever would. He is understandably relieved.
The mind of a madman. In this search of his for you. What about that?
Ever since I appeared in his dreams, he has been looking for me. All he knew in the beginning was that the champion was Khajiit, avoided death at an early age, and had blue fur. He finally heard about a remote village among the shifting sands of elsewhere that ritualistically sacrifices any child born among their number whose fur is blue. He deduced that the champion was likely a blue child from this village that somehow escaped their fate. He set off in search of the village, but on the way he found Riverhold and heard about me. This was a few years after Fergus and I left to find our fortune though, so he began tracking us. Along the way he heard tales about my brother and I. He even collected mementos from our endeavors. You can see a few of them over there on those shelves by the chest. After finding Fergus, lying among the remains of our camp, he lost track of me. The years went by, and he grew weary. He eventually returned here, and employed a group of adventurers to continue the search for me, and to look for any signs of the Doomstrider. He also paid a conjuration mage to concoct a summon Inigo spell. My mind vibrations were the result of him trying unsuccessfully to use the spell.
Alright then.
What would you like to know?
What happens next?
We wait for Langley to receive more information either from his sources or his dreams. When he hears something new, he will let us know.
Just like Dovahkiin. Why do I have a feeling I know how he will contact us?
He will use the summon spell to vibrate my mind again. My mind is not looking forward to it.
Mine either. I've heard enough.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to Langley about learning that spell. You mementos of your adventures. And he's asleep again. I'll happily wake him this time. I hope you bit one of his shoes and tore them asunder. Langley, wake up.
Yes,
I need to ask you something.
if you must.
Can you, by any chance, see my future?
I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. Whenever I try to force a prediction, the results are usually extremely vague. My more accurate visions come to me in the form of dreams,
There
though
we go.
even then they show possibilities, not definite outcomes.
Oh, have you had any dreams about me?
No, not yet anyway. I occasionally get flashes of Mr. Dragonfly, but that probably doesn't mean very much. Over time, Inigo's fascination with the little fellow has obviously seeped into my dreams. I wouldn't feel too left out, though. If you have a place in all this, I'm sure you'll show up eventually.
Me and Lucien. I'd like to know more about this prophecy of yours. More details, if you will.
The Inigo prophecy.
Yes.
What do you want to know?
Tell me everything.
Oh dear, I don't have time for that.
Make time.
Inigo knows a fair bit, and you have those books I gave him. If you know how to read,
I
you
do
look
know
like you
how
may
to
have trouble
read.
with some of the bigger words. If you want someone to explain information to you that you already have written down, ask Inigo.
Sky above, voice within, sky above, voice within. Now, how do you know your prophecy will come to pass?
The truth is, I don't. But let's look at the evidence, shall we?
Yes,
On average, the accuracy of my visions is about 90%.
90.
That percentage goes up when the event I predict is closer in time or the subjects of the event are known to me. The fact that Inigo and I have now met and had a chat suggests the chance the rest of my vision will come to pass has increased substantially. Do you follow?
I do. I would like to hear more about your other visions. You know, the 10%.
Good.
I'm curious about this Doom Strider of yours. Why don't you share some details?
I'm horrified by how little I actually know on the subject. I think it's a human, or at least I believe it walks in a human form.
Walks in the human
My
form.
dreams and visions are often metaphorical, so it's hard to discern exactly what it is, or the nature of the destruction it'll bring.
And what does the Doom Strider look like in your dreams?
There are two dreams.
Two.
In both, I see a towering, dead-minded, red-eyed monstrosity walking the world, leaving sorrow, death, and despair in its wake. The very gods are powerless to intervene. In one vision, I see them watch in horror as Nirn decays and rots.
That almost sounds like how Alduin will swallow the world. What about the other one?
That one is a little better.
Better.
It starts out in much the same way, but this time the champion is there to stop the Doomstrider. I see a baby blue Khajiit elude death before his first birthday. I see him grow into a great warrior. I see him and I talking in earnest, and I see the gods rejoice as he defeats the demon.
And in your vision, how does Inigo affect or defeat the Doom Strider?
That is unclear to me.
Of
Perhaps
course.
now Inigo and I are known to one another, my dreams will offer up a clearer picture. I'll be sure to keep him posted.
By trying to tear his mind out halfway across Skyrim. And he said the Doomstrider is metaphorical. How so?
Yes, I hope so. I'm inclined to believe that the images I see are not literal. The destruction I witness could be my mind's way of translating any great catastrophe. Perhaps the Doomstrider is an evil man who gains great power. Perhaps it's not a man at all.
Perhaps a
Maybe
dove.
it represents famine or disease, or even a wicked idea that infects every mind it touches. That said, considering Inigo is the champion, and his skill set revolves around killing, I think it is more likely that the Doomstrider has a corporeal form.
Alright, let me ask you something
I
else.
suppose.
That spell that you used to try and bring Inigo here. Tell me about it.
It's rubbish. Tosh. Hardly works at all. All it seems to do is give poor Inigo vague directions to the summoner, and a headache.
Maybe you're doing it wrong. I know a thing or two about magic, in more ways than one.
I followed the instructions dutifully. There's no reason it shouldn't work. No one knows Inigo better than I do.
Now watch yourself with that pride of yours. And what's that got to do with anything?
The conjuration mage who created the spell told me that as long as I was Inigo's true friend, I should be able to get it to work. It's clearly broken. I'm the greatest ally Inigo has.
I think the conjuration mage was right. They're only summoned by Inigo's true friend. But Inigo and I know each other pretty well. Why don't you teach me? That way, in case we ever get separated, I can try to lure him towards me.
Oh, I'm sure you know him a little, but I've been studying him for decades. No, if the spell doesn't work for me, it won't work for anyone. Isn't that right, Inigo?
Study.
I think you should let him try it.
Thank you.
Exactly. What? Why?
Langley, I am sure we are great allies in the making, but my friend here and I have a more immediate bond.
What do you mean? Oh, I didn't realize you were an item.
Not that kind of bond. We have traveled together. We have enjoyed sharing our views on many subjects. We have fought bravely side by side. I have placed my life in his hands. What I'm trying to say is, we are friends. Go on, hand over a copy of the spell. I am the only one who will suffer if it goes wrong.
I see. I won't argue with you, even though it's a waste of time. I will do as you ask.
This
Thank
whole
you. What is the worst that can happen?
meeting is a waste of
You
time.
don't want to know. If we're going to do this, we must be scientific. Inigo, you stay here, and your friend and I will go outside. Once we're on the path, I'll give you the spell, and you can try unsuccessfully to teleport Inigo to us. Stare vacantly if you understand.
Good luck, my friend. I will wait and brace myself.
Okay, you can quit the vacant gazing routine now. Come on. We should head outside and get this over with.
Just need him to face towards the cliff. Just need him to face towards the cliff, and all this will be over with.
Right, let's get started. Here is the spell. I had to pry it open just to read half the incantations. I doubt you'll have better luck.
You'll be surprised, Langley. Maybe you'll get a little bit of check in yourself.
Inconceivable. Just you wait, I bet your hands explode when you cast it.
You'll be surprised. I hope I actually don't just summon Inigo's brain outright. Come forth, my friend. Hear my cry.
What? How did you do that? Whoa! It worked! I am outside!
I don't know what to say.
Speechless, are you?
Try to place me farther away. Do it
Alright.
again.
If you want, I'll maybe just by that rock. I hope this works. There you go.
My friend, that was wonderful! Did you see? One moment I was inside, casually not tasting Langley's cooking, then whoosh! I saw your face, and I was out here. It was amazing!
But how do you feel, Inigo? Are you hurt?
It feels good. No mind vibrations at all. It is like a brief warm embrace, followed by a pleasant floaty sensation. There is something else.
What? What is it?
When you summoned me, I felt like I had a choice. That I could choose not to go if I didn't want to. This is a fantastic tool, my friend. I knew you could do it. You are outstanding.
We both are.
Observation. The subject seems to be physically unaffected by the spell. He is, however, exhibiting poor character judgment.
You are a funny fellow, Langley.
Funny
Poor character
indeed.
judgment, my tale. My friend here did a fantastic job getting the spell to work.
Note. The subject is clearly delusional.
Note, the
subject
observer
does not
is
sound
delusional.
nearly as good as the champion. Did I offend you in some way?
I think you
I hope
did.
not. Without you, we never would have gained such a wonderful spell. I hope you know we are grateful for all you have done.
It's not you, Inigo. It's him.
Me?
The spell shouldn't work with just anyone. It was supposed to form a link between us. This idiot broke it.
The spell
think
does
that
not
maybe
form
the
a
spell
link.
works because of the link my friend and I already share. You should not take it personally.
You
We
should.
three are a team now. We need each other.
We
and
just
should
keep
not be
forgetting you
fighting
about
amongst
Lucian.
ourselves.
You and I are a team. All this moron can do is collect eggs. How useful is that going to be when we take on the
How about I
Doomstrider?
show
That
you
is
what
only
I can
one of
do?
my friend's many talents. Trust me, you could not wish for a more worthy ally.
We shall see. I hope you're right. I'm getting cold. I think I'll head inside. Feel free to make yourself at home and stay as long as you like.
You go rest
When
your
you
weary
leave, I'll be sure
bones.
to contact you with my lesser version of the spell if I hear anything new.
Thank you, Langley. I am glad we finally met.
I am too. I can see you're every bit the champion this world needs. I'll see you soon. I'm sorry if I spoke out of turn earlier. I'm sure you don't mean to be annoying.
Being referred to as an idiot is annoying. But for Inigo's sake, I will accept your apology for now. And he is right. We should try to get along.
Yes, I agree. Please don't take anything I say to heart. I know I can be insufferable at times. Right. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye indeed.
I am glad you are giving Langley a chance, my friend. I believe he means well, even if he is not very good at showing it.
Between him and Delphine, Between him, Delphine, and finding out the companions are werewolves, I want nothing more than to throw him off his feet for a while, if you know what I mean, Inigo.
I do not blame you. He is quite a character. But accepting his apology helped smooth things over, I think. Anyway,
you're right.
we solved the mystery of my vibrating brain, and you got a powerful new spell. A spell they do not teach at any college, I'll wager.
True.
I am still trying to digest everything Langley told me. There is a lot to sort through. For now, we get on with our lives until he contacts us again. I have a feeling we are at the beginning of a fantastic adventure, my friend.
I hope your feeling is right. Between him, the dragons returning, and our work with the companions. They could write 3 sagas about us. I'm sorry, Lucian, you keep getting left out. You'll have your time in the sun yet. Let's get off this blasted mountain and... I don't even know where. We'll go somewhere. Wherever the sky takes us, I suppose.